Hey Freedom Savers, welcome back. Today I'm doing the weekly M1 Finance Roth IRA update and letting you know how the portfolio is doing. I've also updated the yearly dividend income tab on my spreadsheet, and I'll show you how much it's increased over the last week. And I'm going over some stocks that actually raised their dividend, which gave me a pay raise. And I'm going to go over some of the top stories in the news on the stocks in the portfolio. So let's get into it. So looking at the portfolio here, it shows a value of 37.43.16 currently. It is still after market trading, so this is constantly fluctuating. Activity-wise, the overall value of my portfolio is 37.54.80. I've got $11.29 in cash. I've bought 90 stocks today, as usual. 90 to 96 is about my average of how many stocks I buy every single day the market is open. Looking at my holdings, if we look at gains and losses, this says Edison is my biggest loss. Advance is my second biggest loss. Let's compare that to my spreadsheet. Yep, that's in line. I changed this calculation on the yearly dividend tab to be more accurate. It takes the average price that I have from the current price. It multiplies that by the number of shares I actually own. So that should be a more accurate picture of my gains or losses on stocks. So my biggest winners here are Starbucks, Hormel, and McDonald's. Let's see if M1 agrees. No, Starbucks, Hormel, and McDonald's are my biggest gains. Northwest Natural's calculation has been screwed up for a while. I don't really know what that's about. If I go to Northwest Natural here, I'm actually up $1.23 on that. Whereas they're thinking I'm up $17.31. Why? I don't know. It makes no sense to me. Funding wise, you can see I've been depositing $60 a day as planned. That should bring me to an even $5,500 by the end of the year. I've currently deposited $3,760 into this account, which I do have calculated there. Good. So I'm making this video a little early. Aftermarket trading is still going on. So this price is currently fluctuating, this current value of my portfolio. But you can see where it stands right now. I'm negative $4.27. Overall, I mean, just a few minutes ago, I was only negative 80 cents. But overall, it's a very stable portfolio. It's maintaining its value for how the markets are doing at the moment. Dividend-wise, dividends. Oh, I'm so excited, man. So dividends, let's check this out. Under activity today, I got paid from, dividends. 13 dividends I got paid today. 13. That's awesome. $2.44 came in today, which puts my November dividends paid up to $4.22 compared to last month's $1.53. I've earned a total of $12.96 in dividends. I've been paid $5.75 of that so far. That is what keeps me going right there. All right, now on to the most exciting tab of the spreadsheet. I love this tab. This is my favorite tab of my entire spreadsheet now. I was going to do this once a month. I'm actually doing it once a week. I'm probably going to do it every week, as long as I have time to go through and update all of these calculations. But this is my yearly income from the portfolio. So I've updated all of my numbers, my average price paid for all of my shares, the actual shares I've owned, and the dividends. Dividends, let's look at those real fast. I created this spreadsheet to track when dividends change, when companies raise or lower their dividends. And this will automatically pull in the calculations from NASDAQ.com with what the current dividend yield is and compare it to what I've already got. And then it'll tell me whether it changed. It'll be green or red, whether it went up or down. It'll tell me the amount and the percentage of change. So ADP raised their dividend by 40 cents yearly, which is a 14.5% increase, which is amazing. ATO raised theirs by 16, which is an 8.25% increase. BNS raised theirs by 3 cents, which is 1.23% increase. CM raised theirs by 7 cents, which is a 1.76% increase. And SPSI raised theirs by 8 cents, which is a 6.67% increase. This is where cost on yield comes in. So if you purchase these stocks at a certain price, and you're getting a dividend of $2.76, and then later they raise it to $3.16, then your cost that you paid for those shares, you're actually going to get a much bigger yield because you're now getting higher dividend. So over years, as these companies raise their dividend, your yield actually increases. So since the last update, which was Wednesday, I believe, of last week, there's been 7 investing days. I've invested a total amount of $420, and what that's done is it's increased my yearly income by $13.79. So I invested 420 bucks and I'm getting $13.79 more per year than I was a week ago. That gives me a yield on cost of 3.28%. My overall dividends right now, I'm making $119.31 a year, and that comes to $9.94 a month. That's passive income. That's what this is all about for me. This is amazing. This is the start of that snowball I was talking about, and it's growing. And every week it's going to keep growing. Yeah, this is my favorite tab out of all my spreadsheet. All right, let's get into some news. Ford's not doing so well in China. Their sales fell 31%. Also, the news with Ford is they're in a lot of talks with Volkswagen right now over their autonomous vehicles. So they may have a big deal coming with Volkswagen working on autonomous vehicles and whatnot. Ford is also testing autonomous vehicles in Miami. They just kicked this in and got an agreement with the city of Miami, and they're planning to invest a total of $4 billion into autonomous vehicles through 2023. So we'll see some of their vehicles tested on the roads in Miami soon. Starbucks is laying off about 350 corporate employees. We'll see how it works out. Starbucks has been rocking it on the market lately. These are not cutting like store employees. These are cutting like corporate employees. In the news for Edison, my power company in California, they are working with investigators on the start of a couple of fires. Whether they start or not, still questionable. Probably not, in my opinion. PG&E, on the other hand, is drowning because the likelihood of them starting the campfire, which killed a bunch of people, and is just a horrible, horrible fire, is very likely. And so their stock just plummeted. But it did recover. It plummeted yesterday and it recovered today because the Public Utilities Commission chief didn't want them to go bankrupt in the face of billions of dollars that they'd have to pay out. So when they are not out to bankrupt the company, then people got excited again and bought more shares and it recovered. Lockheed Martin won a $22.7 billion Navy contract, so that's awesome. They're making F-35 fighter jets. Walmart beat on earnings by 7 cents, which is pretty damn good, but they missed on revenue overall. They're always up and down. They're really kind of flat, and I'm okay with that for now. The FDA, oh my God, they're still trying to ban menthol cigarettes. They're trying to make e-cigs only available where they confirm IDs better to reduce teen smoking. But they're still on this kick about completely banning menthol cigarettes. That's like a third of the cigarettes sold. That's insane. That's just insane. And it's not like menthol is a candy or something. And I don't know. You know my feelings on this. It makes no sense to me. You know, if you're a smoker, great. If you're not a smoker, great. I personally, I smoke. I've smoked all my life. I've quit for a year or two here and there. But I think banning menthol cigarettes is just ridiculous. I went over companies that raised their dividend. Cisco, the food company, not the routing company, is also increasing their dividend by 8.3%. So that's coming soon. Ex-dividend is January 3rd on that one. JP Morgan is working with investigators on the Dansky probe, which I'm not super familiar with, but from my understanding, it is basically an offshore bank that they're looking into money laundering issues. And JP Morgan's not like in trouble with them or anything, or Bank of America or any of these guys that worked with them, but they processed some transactions for Dansky. So, of course, they're being looked at what those transactions were. So, I don't think this is going to affect them much. And in Apple news, fund managers tend to be moving away from the stock. Analysts haven't downgraded them or anything, but yet fund managers are still selling or not necessarily buying Apple. I think personally it's just because Apple is kind of stagnant at the moment. Yeah, they have their new iPhones and new stuff, but there's nothing really super innovative anymore. When Steve Jobs was in charge of that thing, you know, right now something fantastic when it came out. It might have been a gimmick, it might have been who knows, but it would have been innovative. Whereas now it just seems like, oh, we're adding a couple of features, we're doing our thing. I mean, what do I think they can do to innovate? I don't know. I honestly have no ideas what they can do at this point. I'm sure there's stuff they can do, but right now I just feel Apple is kind of stagnant. I don't think it's going anywhere. So I think it's a great company. I'm still buying it. It's still in my portfolio. But I just think that they're kind of flatlining at the level they're at right now. So we'll see whether they go up or down from there. So yeah, that's all I've got for the news and the portfolio update, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you have any questions. Keep investing and increasing that income, guys. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and if you liked the video, hit that like button for me. If you want to hear any specific type of information, anything that you're interested in, you have any questions, just drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know your opinions on this video or any other video I've made. And if you know anyone else that might be interested in this video, please be sure to share it on your social media and share the knowledge. Thanks guys.